the values on Supras are through the roof right now. And everyone's like, oh, stock, stock, stock. There's no enjoyment in driving a stock Supra. The enjoyment of this car is what this platform is capable of, which is what I'm about to build on this. No matter how careful you think you are, nobody's immune to having their identity or their personal information stolen. How do I know this? Well, thanks to today's video sponsor, Aura, I've learned that my information shows up on the dark web more than 20 times. You've heard me talk about Aura before. It's the app I use to protect my data from hackers, scammers, and spammers. What are you doing to protect yourself? If the answer is nothing, then I highly recommend you try Aura. Here's how it works. Aura continuously monitors the dark web looking for your emails, passwords, social security numbers, and sends alerts fast to your phone or email when they find anything. Aura also gives you near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries, like if someone was opening a loan or credit card in your name. They automatically send requests on your behalf to data brokers to remove your information, helping to reduce the amount of spam and robocalls you receive. Their VPN allows you to stay anonymous online by keeping your browsing history and personal information safe and encrypted. And their antivirus software that will block malware and viruses before they infect your devices. Identity theft is so common there's a new victim every 14 seconds. That means since I started talking about Aura, 3 people have had their identity stolen. It costs an average victim over $1,000. Protect your family and yourself from identity theft at aura.com/superspeeders. And if you sign up right now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial with my link so you can see for yourself how many times Aura finds you or your family members' personal information on the dark web. So to protect yourself and your family from identity theft, visit aura.com/superspeeders. I put a link right below in the description. So if you sign up and do the scan, put it below in the comments how many times your stuff shows up on the dark web. I'm genuinely curious. If anyone's more compromised than I am, you won't regret checking. All right, here we are, and I've got the Supra running. And there was a problem with the Supra not running, and that was mainly this right here, which is this fuel pump was hot garbage. Like, garbage. Now this sits in the back here, so we swapped that out with a temporary one. Mo sent it over to me. I wanted to drive it first. Otherwise, it's going to be upgraded anyway, so I wouldn't have bothered switching that fuel pump. But since I am upgrading it and didn't want to buy a new one for $500 to just take it out and throw it away, he lent me one to put on to at least get the thing running, which, as you can hear, we got an idle. You'll see I have no fuel in it. That's because I didn't replace this piece. This is the thing that tells fuel level to the car. I just wanted to get it running. I wanted to see if the fuel pump fixed it. It did. At least identifies the fact that I could not have fixed this on the side of the road. So I don't feel as bad not being able to figure out how to start it. None of them feeling the gold package. I may lose that. If you look over here, you can see all the crap. This, they had to go into the fuel tank. Stinks. But that was in the bottom of my fuel tank. They had to clean that out too. But right now, we've got it at least running. Spark plugs, fuel filter, fuel pump. We got her moving. The engine's going to come apart. The whole reason I was even doing this to begin with was purely to see what it's like and show you what it's like to drive a stock Supra, because everybody, like, the values on Supras are through the roof right now. And everyone's like, oh, stock. There's no enjoyment in driving a stock Supra. The enjoyment of this car is what this platform is capable of, which is what I'm about to build on this. And this is going to go, as soon as I get this sort of vetted out, ideally I'm going to drive it out to Petrol Works in Long Island. I've already got the transmission. I got a V160 swap sitting there waiting to go in. I've got a line into Garrett for a new turbo. I got to figure out if I'm going to go single or twins. It's got to make 1,000 horsepower. That I know. I don't know how crazy I'm going to go. 1,200, 1,100, who knows? But I'd like it to be like a streetable, like 700 to 1,200 horsepower car. We'll really dial that in. But I want to minimize lag. And I think the turbo technology has come along far enough that the lag will be minimized with a single kit, but also I'd rather not take that chance. If I'm going to spend the money, I'll do it right. Spend it on the twins and just put the 2 turbos in there. So it's a little rough, not going to lie. I'm probably going to swap lower control arms, upper control arms, all the wear surfaces on this car at 140,000 miles. I'm just going to get rid of and replace all in one shot. Just because I want it to be proper. But stock Supras, I don't get it. I don't get why people care about them. They're very cool as to what they're capable of, but stock, they're not winning anything. Instead of going to Brembo and spending $6,000 to $7,000 on the big brake kit, there is a retrofit that you can do. I took brakes off of a Jeep SRT8, which is a 2017, I believe, and they make an adapter kit that will fit those brakes onto this car. The only thing we're doing now is with these brackets, we have to notch clearance here, and we're notching into the I don't know, the casting here, but not affecting anything as far as the brakes go. We're notching into that, but these are big brakes, significantly larger than the calipers that are on there. If you see here right now, we're working with these little 4-pots, and the ones that are going on significantly bigger rotors, bigger calipers. And I've got the, let's see if we can even, yeah, come here, baby. See if I can do this just for context. I mean, yeah, that's like size of, there you go, significantly different, but it'll make it stop much better. The back has the 4 piston calipers in the back. I'm going to send these all out to be redone. If you look here, you can see the finish isn't great, so it's going down to Orlando. I'll show you that process, how it's very cheap. These are Brembos, right? I mean, it's the same thing, significantly, or not significantly, minorly larger than what the actual Brembo kit is for the car. I've got the StopTech brake lines going on, and I've got these, which are the adapters, which when they go on, the adapters take it from this caliper bracket, and we're able to modify it with this, and then the caliper bolts on here. So this should look pretty cool. I'm just test fitting this now before we send them out for powder coating. I'm also debating whether I want to go with yellow calipers or red calipers. I love the look of yellow or red on a black car. So that is something I'm trying to figure out. I really hope I get to use these HREs. I do have a little bit of trepidation for 2 reasons. One, it's pretty much that inside barrel is what I'm going off of, and I don't think we're going to clear these brakes. I think they're just too big. So we will find out shortly, and if I don't end up using them and anyone needs a set of HREs for their car, these things are or will be for sale. But hopefully I can make them work now and repurpose it. But we'll keep a tab on everything. I'll let you know how much I'm spending on this entire process. The money now is all wasted. This is for YouTube. This is just to prove that a stock automatic Supra is not exciting. Otherwise I wouldn't have even gotten this running. I would have literally pushed it right out to Petrol Works and said, let's start the build. I do want to get everything lined up so the build can be done in about a week. So I want every part, everything, engine on the stand, transmission, and we'll literally put this thing together in a week so we can document it and bring it to you. I'm still shooting for September 1st finishing date, but without the bodywork, or maybe with the bodywork, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Either way, I want to have this thing proper and running by September 1, which is just about a month away. So stay tuned. Let me show you what these calipers look like when they're mounted up, and we'll take it from there. All right. And here we go. This is what it looks like. This is the big 6-piston on the front. And you can see the bracket in the back here. The bracketing was about 600 bucks for the bracket and the bolts. Got to make sure you use grade 8 bolts and everything like that. Just so, obviously, you don't want to screw with your life when it comes to braking. But, and I don't have the other caliper, but just let me show you what a front caliper looks like compared to, I mean, do we really have to do the size comparison? Let's see this here. So, this is roughly the same as the current stock front turbo. And this stock front turbo is a upgrade. People on their NA cars would get the turbo brakes, an upgrade for better braking. So I'm taking the upgraded Toyota brakes and going, I mean, we're going big time. Yeah, let's say that. Yeah. So that's some stopping power, but when you're doing 1200 horsepower, you're gonna need that. And a lot of people don't like to spend the money on brakes because they're expensive, but they're very important. But here's all the bolts. I got all these bolts. This, just for the breakdown, I got the calipers and rotors off of the SRT, which I didn't end up using the rotors, so I'll resell those for about $1,600. I got the brake lines, the brackets, and the nuts and bolts and washers. That was $600. Then the rotors, I got all the Brembo rotors from Rock Auto, and these ones were, rears were, I think 120 a piece, and fronts were like 150 a piece. So, money being spent while also being saved. All right, now the moment of truth. We're gonna try, and I'm afraid that I think I know the answer to this already. I'm gonna try to get these HREs to fit.
Bolt pattern.
Is it a different bolt pattern?
Yeah, or they don't hit or something.
Yeah, let me see.
It's not hitting.
Yeah, that's two. Oh yeah, the same real bolt pattern.
Same
I
bolt
think we
pattern.
got it actually. It does it.
Caliper.
Oh, it hits the caliper. Is that the problem? Yeah.
Are those big ones any bigger on the inside? Same size?
They are bigger on the inside. The bigger one will probably fit. I don't think this is going to fit. This is touching, right?
This isn't going to work.
Yeah, yeah, especially because when we move it in here, you got the valve stem is going to hit. So that will. Well, if it sits flush, I mean, it looks really nice, but if it sits flush, no, it's not going to get on. Okay. Well, that answers that one. I guess these wheels are out. But it's a good try. All right.
18s, you got to go 19s.
These are 18s. I need 19s, yeah. All right, HREs for sale, anyone who wants. Shoot me a message. All right, well, that answers that. We'll start shopping for wheels, see what looks good on this thing, and get the other caliper notched up and get the thing stock wheeled and out to Moe's in Long Island. So stay tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying watching me take something that objectively could have rolled through an auction and made me 30 or 40 grand right off the bat, and making it something cool so I can have fun with it and let my kids figure it out later. Stay tuned, and I will catch you next time. This is going to be done by September 1st. This is one of those projects that it's not going to be my fault. I'm just going to keep throwing money at it, and hopefully Mo can help me get it done, and I'm pretty confident we'll make it happen. Thanks for watching. See you next time.